What's up, everyone? It's Scotty with MoneyVest. So in this video, we are going to be talking about Tesla, Palantir, and Neo. I'm going to do a separate video on SoFi. So I'll be doing a more dedicated analysis on SoFi because student loans are resuming here very soon. And I think it does need a specific, more dedicated video. So I'll be talking about SoFi in another video. So Tesla, we've got some catalysts to look forward to. Palantir basically had a conference, of course, Senate AI conference, where we had a lot of tech leaders, and Alex Karp made some very interesting comments that I want to go over in this video, and of course, new partnerships, and not to mention the technical analysis because Palantir just completed its Head and Shoulders. And we're going to talk a little bit about the technicals as well for Neo and, of course, their share offering. As always, if you enjoyed this video, find it helpful, make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Link to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below if you're interested in joining. There is a 16% discount available until September 30th, right? So by the end of this month, after that, it will go away. So 8 more days left if you want to take advantage of that. Link's going to be down below, and we'd love to have you on board. So first things first, Alex Karp, he says that our focus is to, quote, embarrass competitors in AI to work with the U.S. government, right? So there was an overarching discussion in the Senate meeting, and of course, a lot of tech leaders, corporate leaders, kind of better understanding how artificial intelligence is going to play out. And the main goal for that meeting was to have artificial intelligence have commercial uses both in the enterprise and government solutions, while also making sure that it doesn't become something that is risky to the humankind, right? So basically making sure that AI is handled properly because it's a kind of like a dark alley. It's a road that we don't know. We've never been down this road before, so we also have to kind of understand the regulatory issue, the safety issue, the risk issue of artificial intelligence, and the use cases of AI, while also making sure that we are commercializing this technology to a point where it is, enhanced and harnessed its potential to the highest level, right? So that was a discussion, but Alex Karp definitely saying Palantir's push in artificial intelligence and on government use, enterprise use, and basically, embarrassing the competitors in this space. So there's lots of people. So again, the Senate AI Insight Forum attendees, we had, of course, Elon Musk, we have Satya Nadella, we have Jensen Huang from NVIDIA, we had Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, Sam Altman from, OpenAI, we had Sundar Pichai, Bill Gates, of course, Alex Karp, we had Arvind Krishna, IBM CEO, and Eric Schmidt, former Google CEO as well. So these are all the attendees, obviously talking about artificial intelligence. Now going over to this right here is actually, I can just remove this market watch, but this right here was basically the recent news, and Palantir, as we know, has been partnering up with a lot of companies. You can see that CAZ Investment selects Palantir in its artificial intelligence platform, AIP. Palantir Technology signs partnership with the Titan Defense firm, and this is a pretty wild word, but this company also partnering with Palantir to use AI and, of course, advanced data science for healthcare. I'm going to try to pronounce it. Polisliniko Gemelli. Wow, that's a crazy name. How do you even? That's a wild name. But bottom line is, there's a lot of companies that are partnering with Palantir on artificial intelligence, and we know that the stock price obviously has rallied quite a bit. From its lows of $6, $7, it's rallied over 200%, so $6 per share back in December of last year. It's gone up over 238%. However, I do want to drive your attention to this Head and Shoulders. You can see that we have completely filled this right shoulder here for Palantir. So left shoulder, head, and a right shoulder. It's a perfect setup for a potential breakdown, and 1375 is the neckline, and Palantir is sitting right at $14 per share on the dot. But this right here is going to be that neckline to watch for Palantir. In fact, we got validated at that support today. So if you do see a bit of a breakdown, so this right here, again, left shoulder, head, right shoulder with the neckline sitting at around 1375. If you do see a breakdown below this neckline of 1375, I would not be surprised to see Palantir at possibly at lower levels. I mean, this right here, all resistance, could start acting as a new support at 1158, close to $12. But of course, a much stronger support and a better level, in my opinion, to dollar cost average into is going to be $10. Possibly sub $10 is also going to be very, very attractive for Palantir. But this is a chart to really pay attention to. Now, not all Head and Shoulders patterns actually do play out and break down, but a lot of them do, right? Majority of these patterns, Head and Shoulders wise, they do break down below the neckline. And that's why it is possible that, we do see some more momentum to the downside, of course, especially if the NASDAQ and the S&P continue to break down and show signs of weakness and make lower highs and lower lows. So that is something to keep in mind. But of course, fundamentally, the company's on the right track. It's turning profitable. We've got consistent growth in revenues, contracts, average contract values, number of customers that are using Palantir's services. So everything's moving in the right direction fundamentally. So long term, I would still be interested in buying more shares. I still have a position in Palantir, but low 10s is where I would be looking at dollar cost averaging because of the valuation aspect of it. But technically speaking, head and shoulder is definitely forming with a neckline sitting at 1375. So if we do see a breakdown, just got to be careful and be ready. $2 cost average, of course, with better opportunities. Now, talking about Tesla proposing building battery storage factories in India. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this is indeed accurate because we know that media likes to report on a lot of different Tesla catalysts that are not factually correct. We learned that from the Saudi Arabia catalyst, which, Tesla was in early talks to build a gigafactory in Saudi Arabia, which was obviously false. But this right here, this seems a lot more, accurate because India has obviously been in talks with the Tesla to build, manufacturing facilities and assembly plants and whatnot, to kind of have them integrated in the Southeast Asian market. Apart from China, they also want to be, targeting Indian market as well, which I do believe has a lot of potential. So, and of course, Modi has met with Elon Musk several times, and Tesla has drawn up plans to make and sell battery storage systems in India and submitted a proposal to officials seeking incentives to build a factory. And Tesla has also been in talks about setting up a new electric vehicle factory in India to build cars priced around $24,000 for weeks, with discussions overseen directly by Prime Minister Modi, and its renewable push, however, has not been reported so far. So I do believe that there's a lot of opportunity in India. I think $24,000 vehicle is really going to blow out every competition in India for electric vehicles. I think Tesla is going to be the most seeked out vehicle if they're able to achieve that type of size and scale at that pricing. But of course, time will tell if that actually does happen. But there's another catalyst that Tesla and Elon Musk are looking to enter the country through battery plans and battery storage. Now, speaking of Tesla here, definitely starting to pull back a little bit. We're still in the context of this downtrend, so lower highs and lower lows. So this right here is going to be the lower highs. And of course, we got that lower lows over here for Tesla. I do still have my calls. Some of them are up 60, 70%. We'll be looking to close them out at over 95% plus profit. So again, if you want to get access to all these options alerts, I've mostly been trading options on Tesla for quite some time. Link's going to be down below, and we'd love to have you on board. There, again, like I said, a 16% annual discount until the end of this month. But next support for Tesla is going to be roughly at 243. And the reason why that is going to be such an important support, right? This right here at 243, that circle is going to be so important because not only do we have a horizontal support right here, which is the green line that I'm just waving around, but we've also got a higher low. So this right here is going to be that higher low. So what Tesla is doing right now is very much in the context of an uptrend, and it's got a shorter downtrending channel. So you know what? Let me just remove some of these lines so it's better understandable. So I'm going to remove this, I'm going to remove this, I'm going to remove also this, and I'm going to remove this. I'm going to bring everything back later, but I want to show you guys what we are dealing with. So this is the overall uptrend for Tesla, right? Which is the higher highs and the higher lows. But in this example, it didn't quite get up to its higher high this time, which would have been over here at well over 350s. Instead, it got rejected, and this is the downtrending channel, which is now starting to trade within the context of this uptrend, right? Which is this over here. So for that reason, we've got a very nice support at this higher low for Tesla at those prices. So that's going to be sitting roughly at $240 per share. So that's going to be the level to really pay attention to for Tesla going forward. That's a confluence of both a horizontal support and a higher low. In case we see a breakdown below this, then this higher low is going to be invalidated, meaning that we're no longer in an uptrend. And instead, this downtrend would be the focus, where Tesla is shifting their pattern very much from an uptrend over to a downtrend. And that's something to keep in mind because, of course, S&P, NASDAQ, a lot of these are actually forming very similar patterns. So 240, very, very important level. That's going to be the confluence right there. All the way down to in the low 200s. That's going to be inside this green rectangle. This is exactly where I could see myself selling some puts on Tesla in the 140s, 150s again, but that would be the downtrend right now Tesla's trading at. NIO, on the other hand, also definitely selling off. We did see a bit of a dead cat bounce yesterday, pushed up over 3%, but on the day today down over 4.2% again. Obviously, the sell-off accelerated after the debt issuance of convertible bonds, about $1 billion, and of course, it was down over 17% on that day. And this selling pressure only is accelerating once again. I wouldn't be surprised if it trades back down to $7, $8 once again. We did see a significant breakdown below $9. Next support is going to be $7.30 for NIO, and it's just NIO is kind of inflicting self pain here. I mean, you're diluting shareholders through convertible bonds worth over $1 billion. Obviously, the stock price is going to sell off because that's a lot of dilution. And next word is going to be $7.30. So that's where we are with NIO. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below for Palantir and for Tesla. If you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, make sure that you drop a like. I will be doing a separate video on SoFi either later today or over the weekend. But as always, happy investing, and I'll see you all in the next video. Don't forget, link's going to be down below for our Discord, for our Patreon. Until the end of this month, there's a 16% discount. Cheers.